Hey, wanted to get you a video of Tobias. We are just working outside today before it gets too hot. It's getting hotter for me being pregnant, but it's not too bad right now. It's really good. So yesterday we did a ton of active training, meaning we went to the park and we worked on heel and we worked on come and we worked around dogs. I had 2 clients back to back at the park and I brought all the dogs here, Tobias, my dogs. And I don't have any other training dogs right now. I get 2 next week, so he'll have some more training bunk mates here, but everyone has gone home this week. And so Tobias was my big helper in my training sessions at the park, private sessions that I had going on, and we worked a lot on heel and recall. These 2 dogs struggle with other dogs as a distraction. One dog gets really excited about dogs, the other dog gets really stressed by dogs. So Tobias was a good help. We got this back neighbor dog that barks, and it's really beneficial for him to just work on being stationary. So this is what I call inactive training, but it's still training. Active training, like I said, is all the stuff that we did at the park yesterday. It was so good for him, but today we're just kind of working on the art of doing nothing, which is not necessarily difficult for him, but it's difficult for him to do in a command. So like he's pretty relaxed after a walk at the house. Like he doesn't really require a ton of exercise. He's still a puppy, he gets still excited and all those things, but for the most part he can calm down. But what I'm working on is some of this separation anxiety. So his heel and his recall and sitting next to me and all those things are turning out beautifully, but they're all with me, right with me, and I'm giving him direction and all those things, which there's so much functionality in that. But there's also functionality in this, like just be obedient when I'm doing stuff. I'm working in the garden, I've been in and out of the house, and so what I want to show you is just like some functional techniques to work on this with a young dog that is really needy like he is. So we have a long line and he's attached to the tree here, but it's important that he doesn't feel tied up. Like we want that long line to be loose, we don't want it to be tight. So he's laying on most of it. I also have another leash, a green leash attached to the actual prong collar. So the gray one that's attached to the tree is attached to the dead ring on the prong collar. So it's not like if he gets up, it's going, I mean, he can't go anywhere, but it's not like a big correction. The green one is, and that's the one that I would pick up, and if I needed to use the prong collar and give him a correction with the leash, then I'm in more control of that. And so yeah, that's why they have 2 rings on the prong collar, the circle ring or the swivel ring. And the circle ring is called the dead ring, the swivel ring is the live ring. And so the live ring is attached to the leash that I have control of. So also I've got some good distractions, dogs coming and going from in and out of the house, and he's just working on just staying here despite the things going on, despite me going away from him, going out of sight. We don't want him, yeah, like I said, we don't want him to feel tied up, but I want him to be back tied because he gets so much gratification of getting up and going to say hi to Ruby. And so I'm stopping that gratification, that self-reward from happening, and then I'm able to correct him sooner if he gets up, and it's going to be more valuable to him. It's not that I can't correct him if he gets up and goes and says hi to Ruby. I absolutely can, but there's so much time that's passed, and so he forgets what we're doing. Whereas this is like you are practicing a downstay. It's going to keep it fresh in your mind. And if you get up too soon, then you know you get up too soon and it corrects you sooner than if you're just like, oh hey buddy, you know, goes up and sees the other dog. This is stuff you can do with the cat in the house. You know, if he gets he kind of looks at Ruby like he looks at the cat. He's like, can I chase you? And Ruby doesn't run. She just is very cat-like, but she has she'll growl before a dog makes her run. She's like, no, get away from me. So she's an old lady. And so, yeah, but this is so good for him just to work on as I'm working in the yard. And also I've been going in and out of sight, so also really great for him. So I want to show you just how this mechanism works. When I come up to him, I want him to stay there until I fully release him. So if I come up and I pet him, he needs to stay in that position the whole time. So If I come around him, he's got to stay there. Sometimes he wants to get up when I go around him because he thinks, oh, we're going to go, down, like right there, down. He thinks we're going to go back into like a heel position or something. And so I'm really proofing these commands. He does pretty good getting back into the down. Sometimes he gets a little bit sad about it because he wants to be right with me. Tobias, okay, come on. Oh, I know, such a big puppy. Let me kind of show you. We got different leashes, so I'm going to take the green one because that's attached to the live ring. So if I need to help him through that, I will. Come over here, and I can put them in different spots. Tobias, down. Good. So I want the long line to be loose. I don't want it to be tight, so I'm keeping him close to the tree. And you would do this just close to wherever you have them. So you could do this in the house with the place bed pretty easily, and then go up your stairs and go work in the kitchen. And then you could hear him if he got off. You know what I mean? So that's really important. We'll go out of sight. What's up, Ruby? For a minute, and I'll come in here, and I'll just kind of watch him from the window. Make sure he's staying in that down. This is harder for him when I go out of sight. Can't see me as well. Oh, it's super blurry. But this is where he struggled with just like me being in the doorway, and he's like, no, I need to come in with you. I need to be inside with you. So we've been practicing that a lot this morning, and it's so good for him. This is inactive training. Training doesn't always have to be active. The active stuff's great. He did so good yesterday at the park. He still gets, you know, excited and things like that to see dogs and new people. He's still just a puppy. And so, I mean, when he comes back to you, he's gonna be what, like 7 months old? So he's still just gonna be a baby, but what we want to see is we want to see that he has the skills so that we can hold him accountable for when he breaks those commands, and we can have those commands in play for when he gets excited, because when he gets excited, it's like an earthquake. So it's good for him to work on just being calm and being okay with doing nothing with a lot of chaos around. So really good.